I should say that the spokesman of Hamas in Gaza said that one of the reasons of the war, they started the war, is because of these 5 girls. Okay, this is really something exciting that's going on here in ancient Shiloh. We're here where the tabernacle stood first time, 369 years, the first capital city of Israel. And just now in Sukkot, we have brought here the 5 red heifers from Texas. It's an amazing thing, and people are coming from all over to see them. And this is a place that they should be, because this is a place that they used the ashes of the red heifers back in time when people wanted to come to the tabernacle. And this is a place that we're hoping to be ready for the right time.
So let's back up. What is the tabernacle?
So the tabernacle actually is a small temple that was here in Shiloh before Jerusalem. This was the first capital city of Israel, and after 369 years it moved to Jerusalem, and then Solomon built it as a temple, a much bigger and nicer temple, and then Jerusalem became the capital city of Israel forever. But this was the first place. So here's where Samuel the prophet grew. Here's where his mother Hannah prayed for a child. This is where Joshua ben Nun divided the land into tribes, and this is a place where the girls danced in the vineyards, like in the book of Judges. So many important stories from our history happen right here in Shiloh. We found here amazing findings that prove that this is Shiloh. For example, an inscription in Greek that mentions the name Shiloh. So today, all the archaeologists agree that we are actually in the biblical Shiloh.
Wow. All right, now red heifers. When's the last time there was a red heifer in Israel?
Probably 2,000 years.
Wow. And so how did you find them? They're from Texas. How did this all happen?
So what happened is that a group of people had in mind that we have to find red heifers. Like all these years passed, and this is mentioned in the Torah, mentioned in the Bible. The time has come to look for them, and they realized that all these years they were looking for the red heifers inside Israel. Now Israel is a small country, so it's reasonable that it's hard to find. They studied the subject, and they found that there's a special kind of cows called red angus that are raised mainly in Texas. And they started to go from farm to farm to look for the red heifer. It's hard to find because the red heifer has, it's mentioned in the Torah, 5 conditions that the heifer needs to be perfect. So it needs to be the same color, not even 2 hairs in a different color. Now when the Torah says red, it doesn't mean red like ketchup, because there are no cows in nature like ketchup, but it means like brownish red. So this is the right color. So it was a miracle because it was right after COVID, and the guy that was supposed to come and tag the calves was sick for a while.
Oh, wow.
And all the calves that were born at that time had no tags, so they could find kosher and qualified calves. And in one farm, I mean, they went from farm to farm, and it was very hard to find. And then somebody told them that there's one farmer that has the most beautiful cows. His cows win Miss America every year. So the head of the institute called him and he said, "Shalom, this is Hanan from Yerushalayim. I know it sounds weird, but I'm looking for a red heifer." Oh my, yeah, cows. And he said, the farmer said, it's not weird. I know all about the red heifers. I'm Christian. I know the Bible. Wow. And not only that, when I decided to raise cattle 30 years ago, I chose the red Angus because I thought maybe one day my cows will serve the temple.
A Christian man.
A Christian man.
So what would have happened to these cows if you guys didn't get them? Would these have been beef or?
A hamburger.
So you would have been a hamburger. And now they're here living in ancient Shiloh.
Right.
So
yes.
What does it say about the red heifer in the Bible?
So it says that if a person, a family, a woman wants to enter the temple, it can't be from today to tomorrow. They have to go through a process, because all of us get in contact with dead, either in a hospital or in a funeral. And once you get in contact with dead, you're unpured. Mm-hmm. The temple is called in the Bible the house of life, Beit Chayenu. So it's the presence of God. And before you go to the place where it's full with the presence of God, you have to go through a process to get purified. And the process, it says in the Torah and the Bible that you have to make a ceremony with using the red heifer, and using the ashes of the red heifer, and mixing it with live water, water that comes from the springs. It's actually mixing the source of death, which is the ashes, and the source of life, which is water from a spring, and then sprinkling it on the people that want to come to the temple on the third day, on the seventh day. Then they go to the ritual bath, and then they're pure and they're ready to go to the place where the presence of God is.
Gotcha.
The idea is that we'll have people here from all over to see Shiloh, to see the place of the Mishkan, and to learn about the subject of the red heifers, which is very spiritual and interesting and amazing. They will enter the visitor center, and then they'll see like a movie, and the screen will go up, and from a window they'll see the red heifers